Hello guys, Solitaire Game here, back from our part of Killer Queen, and let's get started. You come here along with a weapon just to be safe, since the automation might have still been active. Truth be told, Suichi had planned for this, thinking they could use the automation to confine Nagasawa to this room. Of course, she also taken into account the possibility that it would be all for naught, since Tezuka could have retrieved it for all they knew. They didn't know how effective it would be but if Nagasawa predicted that they were heading to the non-combat area, he definitely would get there before they did, meaning there's no harm trying. That was the conclusion he come to. But the result was much worse than he ever imagined. Nagasawa and the machine had shot at each other. The machine was destroyed and Nagasawa's collar had detonated because he'd broken the rules. In the end, Nagasawa essentially killed himself, but Suichi still couldn't get rid of his skills. Oh, come on, stop being so, I feel so bad about people. No, it's a kill or be killed. Really, Suichi? This is not the time. Suichi took Nagasawa's PDA from his body. When he pressed the switch, it started up properly. It had miraculously come out of a firelight fight unscathed. Suichi stuffed the PDA into his pocket, then looked at Nagasawa one last time. Sorry, Nagasawa, but I'll be taking this. He then turned around. He had to get back to his comrades before they got too worried. I'm really glad I went alone. That's something none of the girls should have to see. Suichi thought that as he walked away. Karen, this is for you. Suichi met up with his comrades who'd been waiting right outside the door and held out Nagasawa's PDA. It was Nagasawa's. You need it, right? Yeah, he's dead. The girl's face turned grim. They knew Nagasawa had died once Suichi's PDA had beeped, but seeing proof of it made it finally hit home. Nagisa bit her lip. Karen looked at the ground, away from the PDA. Sakumi tried to rush into the non-combat area as fast as she could. Sakumi-san! Suichi immediately grabbed her arm, bringing her to a stall. Why? Oh my, you guys are so soft. Who cares about Nagasawa? Sakumi tried to break free of Suichi's grasp. But no matter how hard she struggled, she had no chance of shaking him off. The gap between their strength was still great. It's okay, Sakumi-san, it's okay. Seeing how Sakumi had broken down when Fumuka died, there's no way Suichi was going to let her see the horrible ways Nagasawa had met his end. What's more, unlike Fumuka's accidental death, Suichi's group had certainly planned this out, and Nagasawa died as a result. No matter how they tried to sugarcoat or justify things, the fact still remained, Suichi's group had killed Nagasawa. Good! You wouldn't have wanted you to do this. If Sakumi went in there, Nagasawa, who tried to act as adult as possible, would have seen it as an insult. Besides, I'm the one who killed him. This was my idea, not yours. You all just went along with it because I was too naive to realize how this would end, and you believe me, it's not your fault. Really? You're feeling bad about Nagasawa? Despite that, Sakumi turned around and looked at the non-combat area. Her eyes swayed as tears poured right out of them. She was feeling regret and guilt. Guilt and a sense of hopelessness at knowing there's been no other way, regardless of having killed someone without being resolved into it. Those emotions tore up Sakumi, bringing her to tears as she struggled in Suichi's grasp. Nagisa and Karen were the same. Though they weren't crying, they still looked just as down as Sakumi. It's okay, let's go. Suichi grabbed Sakumi by the hand and resumed walking. I just need to stay strong as Nagasawa, even though everyone treated him like a kid. Though he knew that was impossible, Suichi couldn't help but think that. Those feelings manifested in the form of him unintentionally gripping Sakumi's arm tighter. Sakumi then became conscious of Suichi. She noticed the strength he was pulling into his grasp and his dark expression. Terrifying. That was the best word she could think of to describe Suichi's expression. He never looked as scary as he did at that moment. This probably what enabled her to calm down, because she realized who was truly suffering the most from this. That same person felt much worse than she did, yet he was thinking of the rest of them first. It wasn't just now, he was always worried about his comrades no matter what happened. And he continued to do so even if he was mortally wounded. And so, Sakumi began to walk by Suichi's side on her own two legs. She then gently squeezed Suichi's left hand back. When they checked Nagasawa's PDA, they found all sorts of software had been installed on it, including the enhanced map. While they were familiar with most of the software, there were two they hadn't seen before. The first was a complete list of the rules. It expanded the rules list so that it showed all the rules, rather than 4 had been initially given. But since Switch's group had already knew all the rules, it was totally pointless. The other one had added a function that showed the current location of all the callers. There are 4 beeps on the 6th floor map. Their position matched up exactly with the ones displayed by Psycho GPS on Switch's PDA.
やっぱりこっちの居場所が分かってたんだね。
Yup, Karen muttered this as she held Nagasawa's PDA. What about the lower floors? Is there anyone there?
動いているのは4階に2人、あとは5階、3階にも1人ずつ。
Karen answered as she swiftly operated PDA.
あと動かないのが3階に2人。
They're probably the 2 who died just after we reached this floor.
そうだろうね。
She remembered how the number of survivors had dropped from 11 to 9 shortly after they entered the storehouse on the 6th floor. Them being dead will explain why the blips weren't moving. There's 8 survivors that matches up with the number of people on the map. The group of 4, Reika, Takayami, Tezuka. Their group of 4, Reika, Takayami, Tezuka, and Goda. Oh, Takayami. They hadn't seen Goda since she parted ways with them on the 1st floor, so they didn't know her stance, but they did know the other 3 were out to get them. I was wondering how they were planning to make us fight each other in a place so big. Now we know. The question that Switchy had since the start of the game was finally answered. This building was way too big for a fight amongst 13 people. So Switchy had been curious as to how they planned to force them to fight. They planned this out well.
まったくね。
Bitter frowns were carved into their faces.
危ない武器全部捨て終わりました。
Sakumi went next to the elevator up until now, came running back, Nagisa head on her heels. Taken a little while, but the group had recovered from the shock of Nagasawa's death. Good work. After leaving the non-combat area, the group had retrieved the cart they abandoned earlier. Several landmines were missing, but they found that number matched up with numbers of landmines Nagasawa had on him. The group then headed straight for the elevator hall, where they resumed their original plan. First, they stopped the elevator. They took care of that with a single grenade. The door blew off and the floor fell out, leaving a hole you could look down into. Next, they dumped the explosives and dangerous weapons down that hole. Really, guys, could have used those weapons. You guys are too soft. Nagisa objected with a slightly peeved expression. Sorry. Suichi immediately apologized. Just I think we'll be safe for now. There are no signs that any of the moving blips were actively heading for the 6th floor. Since there was no indication that they were on their way to the staircase or the elevator, it was possible they were exploring their respective floors. One of them was even heading backwards. No, we can't. Nagisa let out a sigh of relief. Fine, I was just about to talk about that. Anyway, I was thinking that since we got time, we should try exploring this floor a little more. Sakumi tilted her head in confusion. Yeah, there might be more software or gadgets like this that will give us an advantage against the others. They need more power. They need powerful tools of their own, or to be at a serious disadvantage. One that might prove to be fatal. The battle of Nagasawa had taught them that. In the end, we only found 2 pieces of software, huh? The group's exploration of the 6th floor concluded around 9 p.m. Since the 3rd floor would become a forbidden area in another 6 hours, they needed to start setting themselves up at the staircase.
2つ拾えただけでも上出来じゃないかな。それにソフトウェアの一覧表が手に入ったんだから、向こうの手の内は予想できるんだし。
They found 2 pieces of software, a list of software, and one that displayed the current positions on the PDA. The list of software was as follows. Expand the map, adds the route names to the map, Psycho GPS function, shows your current position on the map, Displays current locations of callers on the map. Caution, consumes a large amount of battery. Displays the Joker current location. Caution, consumes a large amount of battery. Displays PDA current location with the exception of the Joker. Caution, consumes a large amount of battery. Allows you to use the building motion sensors, wireless transceiver function. Requires both parties to install it. Comes in a set of 2. Attack automation with attached weapons that can be remotely controlled. Caution, consumes a large amount of battery. door remote controller. A bomb and control set. Software that makes you invisible to software that can detect PDAs and callers. Caution, consumes a large amount of battery. 12. Function that displays the number of remaining survivors. Allows users to enter forbidden areas. Caution, consumes a large amount of battery. Function that shows countdown of how much time is left before the current floor becomes a forbidden area. Detects all traps on the current floor and displays them on the PDA map. List of software. List of rules. Blueprint map of the ventilation ducts.
問題は11の探知できなくなるやつね。
They'd be in trouble if they couldn't track the others via the caller detector installed Nagasawa's PDA or the PDA detector they just found. But we can't detect everyone right now, and I doubt they all managed to obtain individual copies of number 11 at the same time, so the only situation where we'd be in trouble is if Tezuka got his hands on it. Takayami and Reiko would need 2 copies in order to cloak themselves. Also, they might be able to negotiate with Goda. Therefore, that should whittle the issue down to Tezuka. There are currently 8 blips being displayed on Nagasawa's PDA. According to the descriptions, some software consumed a lot of the PDA's battery. Because the detection tools were amongst that group, that severely limited how many times they could use that function of Nagasawa's PDA. That said, if the battery died, all they had to do was install the PDA detector. Nagisa muttered that with a depressed sigh. At the moment, the group considered Tezuka their biggest threat, and for good reason. He's crazy. He's the one who killed Fumika and injured Suichi. And technically, he's been the one who killed Nagasawa with that automation. He's been the one who's been dealing the most damage to the group so far. He might even be deadlier than Takayama and Reika combined, so it's only natural that the group was being extra careful about him. Not only had he put them through so much trouble, but they also been overwhelmed by his strange behavior. The group returned to the staircase that led down to the 5th floor and started building a barricade there. They used furniture like sofa and tables that they taken from nearby rooms and brought to the staircase using a cart to build said barricade. To be exact, the barricade was built right in front of the staircase threshold, so they could block it. Not only would it resist any bullet, but it was also difficult to climb. This meant that the group could just wait behind the barricade while the enemy was scaling it. What's more, there was no chance of them being surprise attacked if they checked their surroundings with Nagasawa's PDA at fixed intervals. It would make watching their backs much easier. Is this good enough? By the time Suichi had finished the barricade, his companions returned with the cart. It was full of items taken from a nearby storehouse, mostly weapons and food. Welcome back, guys. Nope, we're still safe for now. Suichi handed Nagasawa's PDA to Karen. Nagasawa's PDA was essentially hers since she needed to remove her collar. Nagisa waved to him as she stood next to the cart. Alright, I'll be right there. Once Suichi, Nagisa, and Karen had finished unloading their cart contents, Sakumi, who had been left in charge of being lookout, suddenly stood up. Sakumi smiled widely. Karen was so shocked by Sakumi's shouting that she almost dropped the cans she was holding. What? Sakumi happily waves Nagasawa's PDA, which she'd been entrusted with while Karen unloaded the carts. What have you figured out? What? Are you serious? Surprised, Suichi ran over to Sakumi as Nagisa and Karen exchanged glances. He found it hard to believe, but she had no reason to lie either. Sakumi then took a breath and began explaining. Yeah, I know that. Since every other blip with the exception of Suichi's group, was traveling alone.
で、次に簡単なのが3階へ降りた人物ですね。3階？はい。3階の人物はおそらくその
How do you know that?
2人の元へ向かっています。
How are you so sure? So Izuku, are you sure about that? Sakumi nodded.
はい。あの人はフミカさんの首輪を爆発させていました。そして三剣さんを襲った時も首輪を爆破しようとしていました。
Oh, okay, so he's collecting collars then. I guess what you're saying is he's...
はい。彼の解除条件はおそらく銃の首輪の爆破のはずなんです。
And this is where we'll be stopping off for today. Thanks for watching this part of Killer Queen. Have a great day or night wherever you are. And please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And please comment if you found anything interesting in the video.